Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's honestly going to completely transform how you approach team struggles and leadership as a whole. We're breaking down some incredible research from Happywise that totally shifts our understanding of what it means to lead effectively. So let's get right into it.
You know, in the corporate world, we're kind of conditioned to believe that leaders are the ones who are supposed to have all the solutions. But the reality, it's a massive paradigm shift. The best leadership doesn't always have the answers. It knows how to remain present when the answers just aren't there. It beautifully illustrates that genuine care isn't just some nice-to-have trait. It's arguably the most strategic competence you can possibly develop.
Section 1. The Ignored Leadership Predictor.
Get this. Research shows that the absolute strongest predictor of team performance, retention, engagement, and overall organizational health isn't your fancy software stack or your agile frameworks. No, it's the ability to be truly present for people. And yet, if you look at most organizations, almost nothing is actually invested in developing this specific skill. Crazy, right?
Now, we often confuse presence with just availability, but being present absolutely does not mean having a literal open-door policy or responding to messages in 2 seconds flat. That's just a fast track to burnout. What we're actually aiming for is regulated presence, and that does mean being with someone in a difficult moment without immediately jumping into fix-it mode.
Let's define that a bit more clearly. Regulated presence is simply knowing how to treat people like human beings, even in a professional setting. Crucially, it means doing this without turning their emotions into a checklist item and without projecting our own anxieties onto their situation. It's about holding space for them rather than forcing a quick fix.
Section 2. The Neurobiology of Presence.
Okay, let's look at the science here for a second. When we're struggling, our nervous system actually goes into a state of alert. Our thoughts race, our muscles tense up, and we naturally pull away. So, if a leader jumps right in with those typical corporate reflexes, saying stuff like, "Come on, it's not that big of a deal," it actually creates a physical feeling of not being seen. Advice given too soon is literally perceived by the brain as pressure, not help. And forcing a solution, it just creates distance instead of connection.
And this highlights a huge difference between rescuing someone and actually caring for them. Think about it. When you rescue someone, you're usually just solving their problem to relieve your own discomfort. You're throwing an answer at them before you even understand the real question. It's draining for everyone. But care strengthens both of you. You stay present in that discomfort without running to find a solution. You take responsibility for the quality of your presence, not for fixing their emotional state.
Section 3. The Art of Asking.
So, when a person is emotionally activated, their prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that handles clear thinking and problem solving, it just doesn't work as effectively. That means the kinds of questions you ask are a total game changer. Closing questions like, "What is the problem?" or "Have you already tried X?" actually shut down thinking. But when you shift to open questions like, "What do you need right now?" or "What would give you more energy?" you actually help their brain work better. They start accessing their own solutions that were clouded by their emotional stress.
And you can literally measure the physical results of this. The science of happiness shows us that high-quality relationships create actual positive chemistry in the body. Authentic connection releases oxytocin, which shoots trust and cooperation right up. Feeling relationally safe actively lowers our stress hormone, cortisol. And a sense of belonging? That boosts dopamine, driving motivation. Creating these conditions isn't some fluffy soft skill. We're talking hard neurochemistry and a powerful organizational strategy. So, before you step into your next difficult conversation, you've got to regulate your own nervous system first. Here's a super simple, immediate routine you can use. Take 60 seconds. Take 3 slow breaths, really lengthening that exhale. Drop your shoulders, and then intentionally decide where you are. Ask yourself, am I still stuck on the problem from my last meeting, or am I really here? You aren't faking being calm. You're intentionally bringing a regulated nervous system into the room so you don't add your stress to theirs.
Section 4. When leaders need support. Now here is a massive trap we fall into as leaders, believing that care only flows downward to the team and never the other way around. Let me tell you, that belief creates so much isolation. If you're feeling isolated at the top, pay attention to that signal. Asking for support is not a sign of weakness. It's actually a highly sophisticated relational skill. But exactly how you ask makes a world of difference. If you just vent and say, "I can't cope anymore," without giving any context, sure, you're signaling vulnerability, but it leaves the other person completely clueless about how to help you. What actually works is naming your need precisely.
Saying something like, "I'm in a really high-pressure period right now, and I need to talk to someone who understands the context," gives the other person exactly what they need to step in and offer effective co-regulation.
So we've covered how presence is built through those small, authentic acts of care and why you really don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. I want to leave you with a powerful alternative to that common mistake of solving before listening. The very next time someone comes to you struggling, before you offer a single piece of advice, try asking them this: do you want to be heard, or shall we look for a way forward together? Think about how that one simple question could completely transform your next interaction. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll see you next time.